All right, it is time for another skill tier list. It's been about a year since I made my first one, and that was with the Sebe mindset, as in the maxed Iron Man mindset. So I was reviewing it. By the way, I will have that video linked in the description, and my views have entirely changed. They just have. So we're going to restart from the beginning and with my new frame of mind, which is basically having played a group hardcore on Big Dogs on the account Big Bay. Had a great time. Definitely a different experience than what I was used to. And now with Squat Cam, my new Iron Man, which by the way, can we just pull this up really, really quick? I'll just keep it very brief. This account is popping off. I've been just absolutely addicted. Genuinely, some of the most fun I've been having in this game on this account because we're like right on the cutting edge of just like all this PVM that I'm about to dive into. So it's great. And the foundation's laid. It's phenomenal. So let's start. And I'm pretty sure the skill tier list is just gonna be so much different. So let's start with agility. I also want to make it clear, I will not be touching attack, defense, or hit points down here. These are just the exclusions. I just feel like it fills up this tier list a little bit unnecessarily. So we will keep strength. Strength will just be like melee in general, like melee training, I guess. So, all right, agility. Now, this is kind of a hot topic because like, agility pretty much sucks. You know, we have rooftop courses, which are just not fun in any sense. But I host the Sebe cast, which means I literally just run rooftops and I completely forget that I'm running them because I'm talking with somebody. And so all of a sudden I shoot up to 92 and I'm just enjoying floor 5 Sepulcher. And Sepulcher is one of the greatest skilling updates of all time. So I'm absolutely obsessed with it, but it's so hard because, you know, I can't put it, if it was just Sepulcher, I'd put it in S tier 100%. But because it has that downside of having to get to that point, I'm going to put it right now at B. And again, I would have put it at S if it's Sepulcher, and I would have put it at F if it was just rooftops the whole way. I think B is fair. And Sepulcher, if you guys have not enjoyed that minigame, it's just absolutely insanely addicting. Everyone starts out really bad at it, but it gets better. Now, construction. This is what, on an Iron Man, construction kind of feels like Herblore in a way, where it's a long-term grind. You're not going to just actively go get the planks. You're not going to actively go get the money for it and just train it like that. You're going to progress your Iron Man to a very like far point, and then you're going to have the money and all of the logs from miscellaneous and whatnot, and then you're going to be able to actually train construction, and you're pretty much going to do it through Mahogany Homes. So I'm going to say, honestly, D. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of construction. Like, it's such a useful skill, but I'm going to, how do I base this off? Is it like I'm gonna keep it toward the actual training of it. That's what I want to have these as. So construction is one of the most useful skills, obviously, so it could be put in S with like utility, but just on the actual training of it, I'm just not a huge fan of construction. It's all right, but I don't know. There's just a lot to it. I would maybe put it at C, but we're going to keep it at D. Cooking, I'm sorry, it's going to be D for me, and they nerfed Trouble Brewing, which Trouble Brewing was like the greatest thing ever for Iron Man for like a little short stint, and basically you just got like insane cooking XP and fletching XP on an Iron Man. So that got nerfed, and now it's just like get the food, go fish, go do something, and then just cook it, which is boring as hell. So I'm going to put D. And again, we're kind of focusing on the training of it. It's kind of like the vibe of it. I don't know, kind of like the training and the vibe. Like the vibe I get. I'm just like, I see cooking. I'm like, oh God, I got to train that, you know? So crafting, I've always liked. I like that. In fact, I'm crafting right now as we make this video. I'm actually going to put this in C. And the reason is because it's kind of got that cool long-term progression. It's got a lot of use to it, which again, I didn't really want to focus on the utility, but the training of it is genuinely all right. Like you got some long-term seaweed you got to do. And again, my Iron Man pilled brain, this is all I'm thinking about, the Iron Man methods. And then you got like the sand mining, which is, it's kind of shitty, but it just feels kind of interesting. And then the super glass makes nice. You got the gem cutting, you got everything else. And I don't know, it's all right in my books. This is going to blow your guys' minds, but farming has shot up to S. I kid you fucking not. Farming has shot up to S. I have been so into it lately. And spoiler, on the last skill tier list, it was F. It was genuinely F. I did not enjoy it. it has actually shot up to my favorite skill, one of my favorite skills. In fact, we're going to get there, but it's incredible. And I've just been really enjoying it, logging in daily, doing my farm runs. And it's just a nice, soothing experience for me. I think it was like a mindset change of like, there's meaning to it. There's meaning to get to 99. I think when you've just been 99 farming for so long and you're just like kind of awkwardly hunting the tangle route, it's just like, what is going on? But I'm obsessed with farming. So farming has literally shot up to S. I'm a huge fan. Now, and again, we're kind of focusing on the training aspect. Wintertodt has had some insane improvements, and I'm actually going to put it at B, sorry, because Wintertodt actually feels just really cool doing the solos with the new warmth meter and everything like that. So B, honestly, I like it. I like fire making. It's great. It's pretty much Wintertodt. Let's be honest. We're not actually like burning logs. Okay, fishing with the training. This is kind of like a weird one for me because I enjoy like 3-tick barb. That was really fun. The cut eat method it was really addicting. That was actually like the first grind I did on this account. But it's not like the most crazy fun. I think there's an element of it that's kind of nostalgic for me. That's like, ooh, this is so cool to like grind fishing. And there's different methods. Like I love AFK and Karambwans. That's always a great go-to. So honestly, fishing, when I think about it, I haven't even trained it since 91. I've trained it a little bit. It's kind of going off vibe. I'm still only going to put it in B because, in fact, I would almost put it in C, but it is better because there's just so many different methods to do. But it does feel like there's not much to it. I feel like at the later stage, it's just about like getting Karambwans. I don't know. That's how it feels for me. So yeah, B. Now, fletching is going to get an update. I'm very excited about that. But currently, fletching is basically fucking F. It's just horrible. It's not great. Which is crazy because, you know, why would crafting be a C and fletching? Because a lot of people compare the two. But fletching is just so bad when you're trying to get it up quickly on an iron. It's just like miserable. And they nerfed Trouble Brewing because of that new fletching minigame coming out. So again, we might need to do a skill tier list in the next year and reevaluate where this is put. But F for now, it's just not good. Herblore, I enjoy, and I'm also going to put it in. I'm going to put it in actually B because of mixology. So it gets that little extra bump above crafting. I like the long-term progression of it where it feels like this is the foundational skill of your Iron Man. And that's the kind of vibe I've been getting. It feels cool. You get useful potions. Again, trying to focus on the training of it. But even the training is kind of cool because you have the mixology, you're pushing for rewards, and then you get the two amazing items like the goggles and the amulet. And then training it actually feels pretty rewarding in a way because you never just have, let's say, 20,000 herbs to like go through. And it's just like, oh my God, I got to get through this. It's like, nah, you're always just kind of doing a few hundred at a time. And it's like, ooh, like these potions like feel good making because they're going to contribute to my account. So the vibe of it, I enjoy. So B. All right, Hunter. It's S. It shot up to S. I finally learned Hunter Rumors, and I'm a huge fan. I am genuinely a huge fucking fan of Hunter Rumors. They fucking killed it. It's so good. I still have my nitpicks with it. You know, there's some tasks that are just agonizing, like throwing your fucking falcon at Kebits, and when the Kebit starts moving off and you're throwing it like across the football field, basically, and just for some reason, the Falcon like shoots kind of fast, like going to it. But if it misses, it does the slowest, wimpiest like flight back to you, and you're glued to the ground. It's just like, dude, I'm losing my mind. Like, why the fuck can't I move? It's like old Telegrab on steroids. It's so bad. So obviously, there's problems in some regard, but ultimately, the entire skill just feels so cool, and it's because of Hunter Rumors. I'm just obsessed. And then you got the classic birdhouses, which kind of feels like farming a little bit. And Herbivore is mixed in to Hunter Rumors now on my account. And, you know, I got stamps and everything. It's incredible. I love it. Huge fan. Okay, Magic. Now, again, I'm kind of going off the training. Right now, Magic is, for my account, it kind of feels like I'm tying it into some nice upgrades. So I'm actually trying to green log MTA on this account, and it feels like Magic, it just feels worthwhile training my Magic. So I'm going to put it in B. I think there's an element of like this long-term progression as well, where like every level you get to is actually unlocking very, very useful stuff, which just feels good training it. So yeah, I'm cool with it. Mining is, honestly, mining is C right now. I would put it in B. It's just not got as much. And I think it's because it's tied to crafting. Like you got to do the sand mining. And there's other, like you got to do MLM to get the rewards, the coal bag, the gem bag and stuff. It's like these kind of forced things that just don't feel as good. You got some nice rewards from it, but the actual training of it sometimes can be kind of like, it's just kind of what it is. Prayer has actually gotten really cool lately. I enjoy prayer. I just do. I'm going to put it in A. It's a really, at this point, it's an interesting variation of training. So on a normal iron that I play, you got the Chaos Altar. I don't like the Chaos Altar. I think it's really broken, but ultimately it is dopamine ridden. I mean, you just like literally go up there and you're just spamming bones on it and you're just getting crazy XP and they're just being saved. It's wild. And then you got Varlamore Prayer, which is an option, but in a lot of cases it's forced because you get bone shards. So Kamtora Mining offers the bone shards. Hunter Rumors gives you a bunch of bone shards and the Sun-Kissed Bones. And then breaking all those down and you're getting passive Sunfire Splinters, you get the wines. It's kind of fun training it once you get a good stack going. I enjoy it. Like I genuinely enjoy training once I have like all the supplies and they kind of build up passively, which kind of has that herb lore effect, you know, kind of like the herb lore kind of vibe to it where it's like this long-term thing. I like prayer where it's at right now. And there's just so much variation with training and now. Range, I've always been a huge fan of. I think shooting stuff is kind of fun. Ultimately, I'm actually more a fan of like bashing shit. I think that's cool. But I think, unfortunately, I'm going to actually slide this over here really quick because the combat, I'm going to put melee combat in B. And I almost want to put it in A because I actually enjoy melee combat more in this game. There's something more upfront about it. But the problem is, you got to train 3 skills for it. You know, you got to attack, you got to do strength, and you got to do defense to like actually get like melee upgrades. I guess defense kind of mixes in with all of them, but it just feels like you have to do like triple the work in a way. And range is just more simplistic. You just train your range and it's just like, okay, now you're shooting like crazy. So they're both getting put in A, where melee is actually more fun to do. And I'd maybe put it in S. And ranged, I don't actually enjoy most of the time doing range bosses. I actually like just being up in front, like I was saying. But it's got that simplicity to it, and it's just like got a cool aesthetic to it, I think. So they're going to be both put in A for different reasons. Rune crafting, I'm sorry, but I am just not having a good time with it. I'm going to put it in D, unfortunately, right now. And it's the vibe I'm getting. It's useful, but it really feels like it's just do Guardians of the Rift. Just do a bunch of Guardians of the Rift. And you get to the point where it's like, hey, this is cool to get runes. This is pretty chill method. It's bearable, you know? But you get to the point where it's like, how much more Guardians do I need to do? Like, holy crap. Anyway, I'm at that point, that like weird point, like 72 RC right now. And it's just like, oh God, I got to go back, you know? And it's just Guardians of the Rift because I just don't have the essence and like and even just doing classic rune crafting at this point doesn't feel good. There needs to be some genuine rebalances with the skill. I know they've done a lot of work with it, but there's got to be so much more done. I'm sorry. It's just Guardians of the Rift man mode at this point for a lot of irons. For a lot of players, let me know down in the comments. I mean, I feel like it's just Guardians of the Rift. That is the skill. It's kind of like Winter Todd. So, I don't know. There needs to be balancing. There needs to be some sort of like... And make those lanterns actually work outside of Guardians of the Rift. This is not going to be a rune crafting ramble, but yeah. Slayer, always a huge fan of. It's S. It's so crazy now that I'm looking at S and it's just contract-based things. Like, I'm not usually a person that enjoys being told what to do because you guys know me. I don't really like leagues. Like, I don't like it when there's a huge task list of things to do. Maybe it's like the overwhelming task list that I'm not into, but the one thing at a time where they tell you to do. Because if I were to go to a Slayer Master and they're like, hey, here's your next 20 assignments, and then they list it, I'd be like, oh no, I'm logging out. Fuck this. Because you just know in advance of what you actually have to do. I think that's the overwhelm that I experience with leagues. It's like, dude, I can't be fucked doing all these tasks. So, and the other thing, let me make it very clear as well with these top 3 S skills. I am never paying attention to XP per hour, ever, on these 3 skills. Never, ever, ever. And that's what I enjoy about it. Like, that's what makes them S tier skills, in my opinion, because I'm not trying to force the levels to go up. I'm not like literally eyeballing the levels in the XP per hour the whole time. It's like, these are my chill skills at this point. Slayer's always been my chill skill. That's my go-to to just like relax and just have some fun variety and just kill shit, which is great. So I like these 3. They're just awesome. Okay, smithing is in such a weird spot. The actual training of it, unfortunately, it's just all Giants Foundry. And it's just not great. I've definitely gotten more, I'll be fully honest, I've gotten more all right with it, the training of it, just Giants Foundry, because you guys know how much I hate Giants Foundry and how much I just bash on it. But I've had to do the 86 smithing grind twice now, back to back, on Big Bay and then on Squat Cam, pretty early on as well. And it just kind of sucks off the bat because you don't have stams to go get the bars from Blast Furnace, because I would do like the buying the ores and then I'd go down and then I'd smelt it all and then use it at Giants Foundry. But like, there's just not variety to it. It's just Blast Furnace and Giants Foundry. That's all it is. And sorry, but I'm going to put it in D for right now. Like, it has a lot of potential. It really does. Smithing does have potential. I could even make a full-on smithing ramble talking about, people that are really into the idea of a full-ass smithing rework. And my whole thoughts on that, I've been sharing a lot of it on my live streams, actually. So for those that watch my live streams, you probably know where I stand. But there's so much more to get into with smithing and the balancing of it and everything else. So we're gonna put it at D for right now. Thieving, genuinely a pretty big fan of thieving right now. I'm gonna put it in B. It's almost A, and it's because of artifacts. If you guys have not done artifacts, it is such an amazing method. It is so fucking easy. It's so chill, and it's so generous with the XP. Plus, you can multi-skill with it. Like, I generally am blowing my glass while doing artifacts. I'm just AFKing it right now. But, like, now that I have a Ring of Endurance with Stams, it's just a dream. It's so good. Before Stams, it's kind of a headache, which is why I can't give it quite like the A. But it's genuinely artifacts that are so amazing. Pickpocketing sucks ass. It's just they need to like fix stuns. Like, just getting stunned repeatedly is not great, which is why I'm not going to put it in A, because I think people will get a bad like, I don't know. It's just going to be a miss. It's not. It just doesn't deserve A. It deserves a B right now, because I genuinely enjoy training it because of artifacts, and then because later down the line you get some nice rewards from it later. But it's just the actual training. I'm going to mainly focus on artifacts. And then I do have to do Pyramid Plunder. Not a huge fan of Pyramid Plunder. It's too sticky. It's too sticky of a place. You go there and you're just being glued to the fucking like urns and everything. Everything's just so sticky there. You're opening doors and doors aren't opening when you click them. That place needs to be cleaned up. But it is kind of cool going for a Pharaoh Scepter as well, or 2 or 3. And it's not bad. Wood cutting. Ooh, this is kind of a tough one. I'm going to put it in C, actually. It might have hit B, but I think I've just not been really feeling that urge to do wood cutting, because a lot of the time when I think of doing wood cutting, there's that forestry vibe to it. We're like, ugh, I gotta go. Like, if I want to do forestry efficiently, I kind of got to go and mass it with people. But I also just want to kind of do some like 2-tick teaks, like chilling, but that never feels quite right. And you're having to drop the logs. There's so many different great things they could do with wood cutting. I've even mentioned them on like some previous Sabe casts in the past like 3 months. Of imagine Fossil Island, when you're chopping your 3 hardwood trees grown there, you could like have a log storage right there next to the leprechaun or something, and you just dump the logs in there instead of having to like spam drop them or go bank them across the world. Like, there can be some great updates to woodcutting. I think the training of it is not that bad. It's pretty simplistic, but there's just something missing with it. So anyway, and again, like I said at the beginning, we're not going to move these three because they're just kind of tied with melee or whatever. So this is my official tier list right now of 2025. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. This is just what it is right now, which is crazy to see. Just the difference. Again, that previous one from last year is going to be linked in the description. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Am I crazy? Have I improved? Are you guys more proud of me? Are you guys like, what is going on with this guy's brain? He's so fucked up. Again, this is an Iron Man sort of mindset toward the game. But yeah, this is what it is. And I needed to make this to clear things up so people don't get the wrong impression. Farming's goated. Farming's goated, guys. Hunter Rumors, goated. Slayer, always been goated. And yeah, huge fan. So anyway, thank you guys for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.